This is Tracy Broussard with RoadDawgOnline.com and Kevin the Murphquake Murphy.
I came out of the Charlottesville, Virginia drum community, and in a 5-year period, literally every band in that town got a major label record deal. So I ended up one of those bands, Egypt, which we still occasionally get together and play, was badass. Great band. Sounded like King's X and Parliament had a bastard love child and somebody set it on fire and made it mow the lawn.
I like that.
It was really awesome, really great band. I loved every second of it. That band eventually broke up, and that bass player had written some other songs. It didn't fit, and I heard them, and I went, "That's something else entirely," you know. And we broke that up and started a band called Earth to Andy, and our whole goal was to sound like Soundgarden with the Beatles singing, 4-part harmonies, you know, big melodies, heavy, drum oriented. Started it, got signed, Warner Brothers. You know, I'd been signed before to like little indie deals or whatever, but this was like, it's the big leagues. When you go home with a contract that big, and, you know, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna be a millionaire, and then somebody tells you later, you're like, you're gonna have $400.
Yeah.
You know,
you're gonna lose money.
You're gonna lose money. We're gonna give you a $12 million. My contract was worth $12 million, and what that translated to was that I would pay myself out of my advance. Would actually not come to me. It would actually go into account, and I would get $1,100 a month for the next 7 months while I toured and did the album, and then that was it. So, you know, it's not always what it seems.
Yeah, no joke.
Earth to Andy, the band I was in, very drum centric. Put out an album called Chronicle Kings on Warner Brothers, and I had free reign, and I got away with murder. It sounds awesome. It's great. I love it. This is really where it turned for me, because that band toured with Stone Temple Pilots, and you know, we would make these friends, and we started meeting all these bigger bands and touring with them. And one of those bands was Tonic, and really hit it off with the lead singer, and I hit it off with all of them really, and we did a few shows with them, and you know, a couple months later, traded numbers, you know, had some drinks, traded numbers. A couple months later, got a random call, lead singer, drummer quit, you want to fill in for 3 weeks? You know, until we find somebody, and I went, sure. Earth to Andy was kind of winding down. We were trying to get off our label at that point. We had, you know, the sun had set on Warner Brothers and our relationship, and I said yes, and that was a decade ago.
Wow.
So I started doing shows with him. First show, flew in.
You rock started, didn't you?
No rehearsal.
Yeah, you did.
No rehearsal.
That's the best way to do it.
No rehearsal. Rolled in. Literally met like the crew and reintroduced myself to the guitar player on stage. Like literally walked up the ramp. Was like, Jeff, right? Yeah, Kevin. And then start the show with a number one song. And don't screw it up. Oh, and just so you know, I know you're about to find this out, the 3 guys in the band feel things completely different. This guy's kind of behind the beat, this guy's really behind the beat, this guy wants you on the beat. You gotta find the middle. Enjoy that. Here's a number one hit that everybody in the crowd knows, and they're about to sing along with it. Don't screw it up.
And that number one hit being?
Open Up Your Eyes. And then you realize, you know, and then, you know, by the end of that show, you know, we finished up with If You Could Only See. And I remember standing there at the end, depending on the night, you know, Emerson, the lead singer, will just either sing the last chorus, or he'll just stop singing. And sometimes he'll turn around and wave me off or whatever, but you have to wait for it, you know, you have to play along, and you hit that note, and you wait, and if he doesn't start singing, you just stop. He has the crowd sing it. And I remember sitting there, everybody singing along at the end of this song that I had heard on the radio too much. You know, I mean, that song was enormous.
It was huge. Yeah.
And I was sitting there realizing, oh, look at me. What's this all about? How did they, here I am. This song, I've been listening to this song on the radio for 2 years now. And this crowd's singing along with it. And I'm playing drums for them. God, I hope I did well. That was a really, really stressful audition show.
Right.
And, afterwards, it was really cool. They've never, they're not, that band, those guys aren't real big at like, hey, great, you're a great drummer, great job. And I thought, oh shit, they're gonna send me home. Or, that was fun, guess I'll do this for a couple more weeks. And the lead singer, Emerson, who is now one of my best friends, pulled me aside at one point and he said, if you're gonna keep doing this, I want you to do one thing for me. And I went, what? And he was like, play my lyrics. I went, what? And he said, play my lyrics. If You Could Only See is a song about my mother not willing to come to my wedding because she didn't approve of it. You can't play a fill that's happy in that song. And I went, oh,
That's
crap.
pretty deep.
Oh, crap. I've never been thinking about this. Thinking about the drums. Thinking about how technically this is a great setup for this thing. But, here is this man telling me that, he wrote this song. Whether it be the happiest moment of his life or the saddest moment of his life, he wrote this song about a moment, and it deserves to be played with that same, that same intent. So stayed with him. Kept me for 10 years.
I fell down.